covering more communities and more people than ever before. This is TMJ4 News at noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us on this Thursday. I'm Andrea Williams. Here's a look at some of the stories that we're following today.
Everything that we've seen so far is really a classic, pathway to an active shooter.
A deadly shooting in Minneapolis, what we know about the shooter and his connections to the church. Plus, Vice President J.D. Vance in Wisconsin for the first time since being elected into office. Our Charles Benson is live in La Crosse with the latest on the VP's visit. And meteorologist Brendan Johnson has the latest in your storm team forecast. But first, the Minneapolis community is still reeling after a gunman opened fire as children from Annunciation Catholic School attended a mass celebrating the beginning of a new school year. Our Jenna Ray has been in Minneapolis covering the news and speaking with those in the community. Jenna, another heartbreaking tragedy that we're seeing here.
It really is, Andrea. We are just blocks away from Annunciation Catholic Church and School. Take a look behind me. This massive memorial has been growing over the last few hours. There are dozens of bouquets of flowers, stuffed animals, rosaries that have been placed, even candles that are lit here that several people in the community have brought to remember those who lost their lives at Annunciation Catholic Church and School. Yesterday, we know an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old lost their lives in that shooting yesterday. And I've spent the morning talking with community members. We've spoken to probably about a dozen people who have stopped by this memorial. They said that they just want to show support for the community. You said exactly perfectly. This community is reeling. It's a challenging time for them. I've spoken with people who went to Annunciation Church 2 decades ago, and then people who just live in the neighborhood that have no connection to Annunciation. And it doesn't matter the connection or lack of connection. These neighbors that I'm talking to say they just feel it in the community, and it means so much to them to come here and feel like they're a part and supporting that. One person that we spoke with, I want to point over here, there's a pile of books that were left here on this corner. A lot of these books donated here for free for families to pick up from a local author, and they're books that help children address grief and talk to families about how to talk with children who are dealing with grief. Hear from that local author right now.
Yeah, like the breaking news is really wonderful. It just kind of talks about in a general way, like what it feels like when we see something scary on TV and when our grown-ups are feeling sad. And Come With Me is a beautiful book, just a reminder about how there's more people who want to help and we can be there for each other.
We know that conversation with children is hard, obviously, given the young children that were inside Annunciation Church yesterday when this happened, and even the older kiddos who were there too. I've talked with parents who have brought their kids to this memorial today, and we've all had conversations about how do you talk to your kids about this and how do you explain this. And those books, the donation that Abby brought here is just another show of support that this community is experiencing. We'll have more for you on this in this evening's newscasts on TMJ4 News. But for now, we're live in Minneapolis. I'm Jenna Ray for TMJ4 News.
Yeah, Jenna, that's a huge gesture of love and support. Thank you so much. New at noon, Vice President J.D. Vance is in Wisconsin today, touting President Trump's big, beautiful bill. Chief political reporter Charles Benson, he's live for us this afternoon with what to expect. Hi there, Charles.
Yeah, good afternoon. Vice President J.D. Vance returning to the Wisconsin for the first time since the November election. The vice president will be speaking in about an hour here at Mid-City Steel to talk about the benefits of manufacturing under President Trump's, quote, big, beautiful bill. Now, this bill makes the Trump tax cuts from his first term permanent and includes additional tax breaks on overtime pay, tips, and seniors over 65. Now, the average Wisconsin tax benefit is expected to be around $3,200. That's according to Pew Research. And we asked voters in Milwaukee how they feel about the economy right now and if the new Trump bill is working for them. When you look at how the economy is working for you right now, do you see benefits? Do you feel like it's it's all good?
I definitely feel a little bit of weight taken off my shoulders. I feel more comfortable with my ability to like budget and everything. Things that kind of I still see a little bit of stress in my life a lot with grocery prices and fast food.
I don't see it as something that benefits me. I think, you know, as someone especially being young, I feel like this is a hard generation to enter adulthood in. I feel like we're being cut back in a lot of ways by like housing's becoming more expensive, being able to afford groceries are more expensive, schooling, loans, all of it.
Now, the Congressional Budget Office expects the new law to add $3.4 trillion to the deficit over the next 10 years. It also cuts $1.4 trillion in federal programs like Medicaid and SNAP, the food sharing program. It's those cuts that Governor Evers estimates will cost Wisconsin taxpayers $284 million in future budgets, mostly in cost-sharing measures and new enforcement requirements for states. The Evers administration also estimates 270,000 in the state will lose their health insurance over 10 years. Now, the White House, Andrea, pushing back on those claims, saying those changes made in the bill will root out what they call waste, fraud, and abuse. One other note here, President Trump saying this week that he's going to stop using this term, the big, beautiful bill, saying it worked to get the bill passed, but he says it doesn't help explain to people what it's all about. In fact, a Marquette Law School poll nationwide done in July, just days after the president signed that bill, found that 59% opposed it. Andrea?
All very interesting. Charles, thank you for the coverage. Right now, the village of Williams Bay is issuing an urgent warning to residents: don't drink the water. Mary Jo Ola is live there now. Mary Jo, what's the cause of such an urgent alert?
Well, Andrea, the message is do not drink and do not use the tap water to cook. And this is because local leaders say tests confirm high levels of nitrite in the water, and potential health impacts can be serious. They include something that's called blue baby syndrome, birth defects, and that could increase the risk of some cancers. Infants and people who are pregnant may be at a higher risk. Now, the village is taking steps to eliminate the nitrite in the water. Last night, the board held an emergency meeting. They approved up to $100,000 to cover emergency supplies. And then starting today at 3 o'clock this afternoon, the village will be distributing bottled water to residents here at Williams Bay School. That goes from 3 to 7. They're going to do it every day until school starts. When school does start, it'll be from 4 to 7 if needed. Again, the message, Andrea, is for folks in Williams Bay to not drink or cook using the tap water. You can use it to shower, wash your hands, go to the bathroom, but they don't want you to be ingesting that water until those levels improve. It could be a couple of weeks until this gets resolved, but at this point, that exact timeline is unclear. Andrea, back to you.
Needless to say, Mary Jo, very important information. Thank you so much. We're going to get to Storm Team 4 now, and our meteorologist Brendan Johnson's in the studio with the latest. Hey, Brendan.
Yeah, good afternoon. Temperatures on the cooler side, Andrea, after a cold front is dropping through the state of Wisconsin. Northerly winds actually starting to create some choppy conditions out on Lake Michigan, but also keeping those numbers in the 60s from Sheboygan all the way to Milwaukee, where we're currently at 69 degrees. 73 for us currently in Kenosha, farther inland 66 right now in Waukesha. Now, earlier this morning, we were tracking a couple of scattered showers on Storm4 Max radar. It is quiet right now. The last bits of cloud cover moving through northeastern Wisconsin, so we still will hold on to some cloud cover here for the remainder of the afternoon, but I am anticipating at least some breaks in the cloud deck a bit later on today, so we will be able to see some sunshine. We're going to keep those temperatures in Milwaukee in the upper 60s. Certainly could have some low 70s farther inland, and then we'll begin that descent down into the 50s a bit later on tonight under a partly cloudy sky. We've got some real nice weather on tap in the days ahead, a bit cooler tomorrow. 68 degrees, and then things are setting up for a beautiful Labor Day holiday weekend. We'll talk to you more about that when we could see our next blast of autumn air. I'll have details in the 7-day here in just a bit.
All right, we'll take it, Brendan. Continuing coverage now. More than 2 weeks after major flooding hit southeastern Wisconsin, Governor Tony Evers has requested federal assistance from President Donald Trump. Neighbors like Melissa Bennett are still dealing with the devastating aftermath. During the storms, her basement filled with several feet of water and cars were almost completely submerged in her neighborhood. Now she's dealing with mold growing in her basement and a car that no longer works.
We're trying to help ourselves, but we need help. We do need help. Some of us just can't get out of this by ourselves. We need help.
A preliminary assessment found 1,500 residential structures were destroyed or had major damage in Milwaukee, Washington, and Waukesha counties. If approved, more information on how to apply for financial aid will be made available.
I'm Meryl Hubbard at the Sherman Park grocery store, where the owner tells me they are helping feed MATC students who have been affected by the historic floods while dealing with flood damage of his own.
I'm very nervous. I'm very stressed out and stretched out, if you will. Honestly, it's a pivoting moment for us to see what type of assistance that we can get as we assist others, right?
Maurice Wentz is the owner of Sherman Park grocery store and says that the flooding got to his store's basement, damaging some of its mechanics. As he waits on assistance, he is partnering with local 212 Fast Fund, which is a nonprofit that serves MATC students. They are giving out food cards to actively enrolled students who have been impacted by the floods, including ones that can go towards groceries at Maurice's store. I met with Erica Pete. She's a MATC student, mother of 4, and she lost a lot of clothes and toys after her basement was flooded.
I think it's very assuring within MATC that you know that there's people that you can go to, or their institution, like they want to see you succeed as students, but then they also have those resources available to you outside of schools.
Erica is studying to become a registered nurse and working as a licensed practical nurse. She says she's used the Fast Fund program before and that MATC has helped cover her utility bill while her family recovers from the flood. MATC students who have been impacted by the flooding can contact the Fast Fund at the number here on your screen. Reporting on the north side of Milwaukee, Meryl Hubbard, TMJ4 News.
Thank you, Meryl. And there's a lot going on in Milwaukee this weekend. 620 WTMJ radio host Sandy Max is live after the break, taking a look at some of the things you can do this weekend here in the Cream City.